Hello, church. We're looking at Isaiah chapters 5 and 6 today for our daily Bible reading. Word of the day or phrase of the day is I am. And in chapter 6, we see this amazing description of Isaiah's vision of God. Now, it's not really of God because all he's really able to see is the hem of God's robe filling the temple. And he sees these angels, these seraphims around God's presence with their 6 wings crying out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty." This amazing scene. And what does this result in Isaiah? What is his response to actually seeing just an element, a glimpse of the glory of God and the angelic presence there? Let's pick it up in chapter 6. It says this, "Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts." Right? Isaiah's experience with God reveals this. He is not God. He is a sinner. He is a man of unclean lips. And in the presence of something that is holy, which is perfect, which is set apart, which is God, we as human beings get dwarfed immensely by God's presence. And so Isaiah sees his fallenness. He sees his sin in the midst of God's perfection. But what does that lead him to do? Then as God kind of talks to Isaiah about what is happening, we see Isaiah use this phrase again, I am, in response to being obedient to God. And it says this, "And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then I said, Here I am, send me. And then he said, God, go and tell this people." All right, so once we encounter our humility, our need of God, our separation between God, yet God is the one who acts and allows us to be saved, just as Isaiah was able to be cleansed figuratively by this coal burning his lips, cleansing him of his sin by his faith, he then is commissioned. He is now sent to do something. Now, once again, this parallels our Christian conversion, that we have to see ourselves as sinners separated by a holy God, and that God has taken the action to have Christ die on a cross for us. Our faith in this event and this action of God saves us. But then we are saved for a purpose, for a mission, to be commissioned, to go and to tell. Just as Isaiah was to go and to tell what was going to happen to Israel, our job as Christians is to go and tell people that they can be forgiven. They are separated by a holy and loving God because of their sin. But this holy and loving God has provided a way of forgiveness. So let us say each and every day, Here I am, Lord, send me.